Good morning and welcome to another episode of Beth's Beauty Adventures, coming to you all the way from Vietnam this week. Can you believe this is like episode 7? Like, that feels insane. No, it's not. Can you believe this is like episode 6 since we left left for Southeast Asia? Because I can't. It feels like we've been away for ages, but also every day is kind of merging into one. And I don't really know what day it is half the time, so I was trying to keep to like a strict structure, but I think I just kind of post whenever because I have no idea, other than my birthday, I have no idea what day it actually is. I know roughly the date because most of the time we have like a flight booked or something, but other than that, no idea. At some point I'm gonna have to go back to a normal routine. I'm not sure how my body's gonna function with that. But we have landed in Vietnam. We're currently in Hanoi. We're here for 3 weeks, which is pretty exciting. We've got lots of things planned. Started with Hanoi. So yesterday I was feeling a little bit sorry for myself, so we may or may not have visited a rooftop bar in Bangkok. Enjoyed it a lot. And then had to fly from Bangkok to Hanoi. Luckily it's less than a 2-hour flight, so it was absolutely fine, but I just felt a little bit sorry for myself when we got here, especially because we got in a taxi driver got all the way to where we were, but for some reason our hotel just doesn't seem to show up. So it's in Google Maps and it was trying to send him all these ways, but then he said to me, "Are you sure this is right?" I said, "Please don't put that fear in me." Managed to get in contact with the hotel owner before that a lovely lady heard us trying to work out, and she's like, "Do you need help?" And she was fully trying to guide us around. She had no idea where it was either, but she was trying to work it out and we got there in the end. So thank you so much, lovely lady. We also went for dinner and that was absolutely lovely. Our first night in Vietnam and our first night in Hanoi, we headed over and got some bun cha, which if you don't know is basically like fatty pork, little patties and in a broth. So it's like a sweet broth, weirdly. I say weirdly, it tasted amazing, but you just didn't expect it to be that sweet. So we found this local spot. I know there's some really hyped up places, but this spot was literally over the road from us. We saw the reviews are really strong and we knew why as soon as we got there. So the owner welcomed us in, but she's like, "I'm just need to pop down the road, I'll be 2 minutes." We're like, "Cool, okay." Left us there, but she didn't ask us what we wanted. She knew what we were there for. I don't even know if there is a menu. It was basically just, "Do you want spring rolls?" We said yes. "What do you want to drink?" Those were the 2 questions we got asked, and we were like, "Do you know what, this is going to be a good meal?" And it was. And there was another couple of people sat who'd already ordered and they were eating, but she was sat in the corner literally doing her meal prep, and she was showing me all the different bits that they put in it. So like papaya, she was making getting the pork ready to be grilled, so it's grilled right in front of you. Such a good meal. I will pop up if I can do like a Google Maps screenshot, because yeah, I think she was asking me for Google reviews, so I do think they need a lot more love, but it was really, really, really good. And they have, as I said, 5-star review, and I can completely understand why. Today we're going on a walking tour. I have been pushing because I want to do more walking tours. I feel like a walking tour is a great way to see a lot more than what we would be able to see. Obviously I can just Google it, I can Instagram it, I can TikTok it, but I want to hear from people who live here what it's actually like. I think a walking tour is a great way to do that. Guru Walks, anybody who hasn't used it, is free. You just pay as you wish at the end. So we're going on our walking tour and I thought I'd take you along with us.
Xong rồi mình lấy bài
We had a lovely tour with our tour guide William, who was absolutely fantastic. So about 3 hours long. We kind of started around the lake, took us into a temple before we headed through the streets, took us to some like proper hidden gems, or as he would say. So we saw markets, we saw some little back alleys, very picturesque. We did also see a wet market, that was next going. Took us to the biggest market. He said there was literally, how many? Like 2,000 stalls in the market. Oh yeah, 20,000 stores in one market, which was insane. Even as we were walking through, like, you could not grasp how big this place was. We thought when it said train street, he was going to take us to like train street. He took us actually to a station to watch the train come down, and he was saying for Vietnamese people, it's very rare that they actually see trains come down. So it is quite a big experience, which is why he likes to take people to the station, because you can see it coming all the way down tracks. You can walk down the tracks, get photos, which was pretty cool as well. There's cafes lining it, but it's not the same as the train street. Now we're in the old quarter, so we've been for some dinner. We did go to like more of a Western brunch place just because we hadn't really, it came up on Google Maps. But now we're having a lovely little people watch as we drink beers. I was going to say Vietnamese beers, not Vietnamese, we've got tigers. No, we probably should get some Vietnamese beers. I just realised I did all of that on one time. So I do apologise for the close of my face. I'm sure you will see that close. We are in the queue for the puppet theatre, just kind of waiting now. It's quite a long queue. I have to have tickets, so we'd actually bought them online from trip.com, picked them up from another place, so we had a little walk around, but it's pretty cute. Don't know what we're expecting. Not expecting anything really, but we are going to get hopefully get some advice. We've known what's going on. If not, it'll be a little bit of interpretation. Let's say if it's like Vietnamese in the last hour. What a gorgeous first day in Vietnam. Obviously we're in Hanoi. It's just been absolutely lovely. So we started with our walking tour. So if you didn't know, we actually booked this with Guru Walk, and we have never used it before but have been aware of it for a while. So ever since we went to Copenhagen like 2 years ago, and spoke with a group who like met each other on this walking tour, we should definitely do more walking tours, because you just get to learn so much more than if you do it yourself. And it was completely free. You just pay what you feel at the end. So they do give you a suggestion of what you should pay, but you're under no obligation. But obviously you should, because they invest a lot of time. They give you their own personal recommendations. They take you around. They make sure you get photos. Like, it was a very strong tour. We really enjoyed it. And big up William, what a guy. He was really good. He cared a lot about Nathan. So it was 3 hours solid of walking, and I was like, you know what, like, Nathan is basically forced to do this every day with me anyway, because we do like a walk, we like hiking, we like going out. But we did have rest stops. It wasn't too often. Like, we stopped to get coffee. There'd be a few stops where I'd like, I'll look around here. But he was quite concerned, so he made a point of making sure Nathan was okay. He was a good guy. After that, we then headed and got a brunch at quite a western spot, but that was literally because it was like close to where we were, and it was super tasty. I had fried chicken waffle, which is not something I thought I'd have in Vietnam, but it was tasty. Before we headed for a beer and a bit of people watching. Don't know why, both of us were like, we could really do with a beer. It feels like a long day, we could do with a beer. Came back, I fell asleep, which never really happens. We tend to come back in the afternoon, usually when it's really hot. Vietnam's not that hot. Well, at least in Hanoi it's not been that hot. But I just got back and fell asleep. I'm so tired, obviously. Then we went to the puppet theatre, which was really, really cool. It's not what I expected. I don't know why. I thought I was going to find it quite funny, but I thought it was really cool. I am a theatre kid. Nathan's not a theatre kid, but even he was like, no, we should do it. It cost us, it was £6 each, but the cheapest tickets like £3 each anyway. We just wanted to be quite far forward. The only problem was, he blocked a lot of what we could see. Through no fault of their own, like, obviously this is how the seats are. It was quite difficult, but we just couldn't see anything. And then his partner was sat with their phone out a lot, so we couldn't see much there anyway. So I was doing a lot of this. I did see a lot in the end, but I did a lot of moving to do that. So I really recommend you do it. There's like 4 shows a day, and we really enjoyed it. We thought it was so clever. It's so cleverly done. Found a little bar that Nathan just literally walked past. Well, we walked past it and we were like, we just saw the sign and it was a cocktail bar, and we thought, oh, we'll just pop in. If we don't like it, we'll leave. And we were there a while. To be fair, it was really nice. then finished with a banh mi. So a very Vietnamese day, very lovely, really thoroughly enjoyed. Again, shout out to Guru Walk, shout out to Hanoi free walking tours, because we had such a good day. We ticked off a lot of what we wanted to do, and we've both really enjoyed it. I think we're both very big fans of Vietnam so far. We don't really have a firm plan for tomorrow. I'm pretty tired. I'm going to wake up when we get up. We've got nothing booked, and then I think we're just going to do a bit of cafe hopping. I've been tallying up how much we spent. We obviously spent quite a lot on like Western stuff today, so I think it was about over £60 we spent for the day. £30 of it was brunch and for drinks, but I'm quite happy with that. We had such a good day. I thought I'd just pop on and give you a couple of tips if you are going to do the puppet show, as it is like the #1 rated thing to do in Hanoi, and it's definitely different. It's like a full deep dive into some of the folklore and like just daily living, I guess, of the Vietnamese people, particularly in Hanoi. It's very like Hanoi focused, which is quite nice because it's where you are. So first thing is make sure you get the audio guide, because there's not a lot of talking. It very much relies on the puppetry, and it's very clever, and you can probably work out what each thing is in like, you can probably work out the stories, but for me, to keep me engaged, I probably need to understand a little bit more of what is happening. They do like a little intro, which is in partly English, partly Vietnamese, but the rest of it, like all the singing, all the any speech, is Vietnamese. So we got the audio guides. They worked out like £1.31 each, so worth it for me just to understand. They are very punctual, so they started the show at 8 o'clock on the dot, which, you know, I wish more theatres would do that, you know, if people haven't got there in time. However, what I would say is they're punctual, but they actually didn't open the doors until like 5-10 minutes before, so people were kind of rushing to get to their seats. So to give yourself time to actually go and get your audio guides, just make sure you get there, because there is a line to be able to get in. Other thing is, somebody in the middle of our show just stood up and like stopped the fans. So the fans were oscillating around, but she just decided she didn't want to feel anymore, so she just stopped it, and it meant that it was focused on like our patch of people. So we were in the first 4 rows, we paid for the VIP tickets, and yeah, we were freezing. So make sure you take layers, because I've seen some people say it's quite hot, I've seen some people say it was too cold, so just take layers. Obviously you can just layer up anyway. We also had somebody just sit right in front of us who, I mean, obviously they were there in their seat, but they were just kind of blocking the way, so we were doing a lot of it. In terms of the seats, so they are labelled like standard, deluxe and VIP. The VIP, or the premium ones, the only difference is that you are closer to the stage, and we felt it was good value for us. But if you are on a budget, I don't think you're going to lose anything from being further up. It's quite a small theatre anyway, so you're still going to see everything. It's not like on the West End where you're right at the top. But yeah, it was a pretty good show. You got a free programme too, so it tells you the titles of each story. It doesn't really tell you what they are, but it does tell you the titles of each one, so at least you've got that too. About 50, let me go get a bubble. I need a new bubble. This bubble was way too big. I don't know why I did that. It's only a short show. It's only about 50 minutes, but you only pay, I mean, the cheapest ticket's like £3, so it was pretty good value for us, and we really enjoyed it, even Nathan. It is day 2 in Hanoi today, and we're having a pretty late start. It's like 10:30, and I haven't even got up. Last night I was like, maybe I'll go to the gym, maybe I'll go for a run. No, I didn't put an alarm on, and I just slept, which was lovely, but very different to what I originally planned. Also, I don't know what's going on with my hair. I'm not sure how I feel about it. Do I leave it? I don't know. Do I just leave it? I feel like I'm just going to leave it, because I really can't bother at this point taking it out. We need to go get some brunch. We have no real plans. Confession, I don't like a savoury breakfast. I wish I did. I don't really eat an English breakfast at home. Sometimes I do it just for the bread, because I like the toast. But I don't really like a savoury breakfast. Things like pho and banh mi, those are lunch and tea for me. I am going more Western brunch, and I do feel guilty for it. And maybe I will give it a go. But every time I have a savoury breakfast, I just don't feel fulfilled. I like a sweet treat. What are we gonna do? I want to go to the Temple of Literature. What else do I want to do? I don't really know. I think we're just gonna cafe hop. We've got a few more days, because we're doing Halong Bay tomorrow, Then we're actually coming back to Hanoi, so we've got a little bit of time, so we can take it really slowly, which is quite nice because we're so used to like packing everything in that it's quite nice to not have to do that and to get up at 10:30. Do you know, like, I could not tell you the last time I got up at 10:30 that wasn't a day where I was ridiculously hungover or like we travelled really late the night before. So this is not normal for me. So the Temple of Literature is actually Vietnam's oldest university, and it dates all the way back to like 1070. It's dedicated to Confucius, who is one of the Asian scholars who've basically, like, you will have seen quotes from him around. And yeah, it's meant to be absolutely beautiful to visit. You do still need to cover up as it's very much like a sacred spot. So I've got my shorts, but I am going to put a little shawl over it. Vietnam is very education focused. So we were talking about this in the puppet show last night. Like, they very much value high education. So it's a very like esteemed location. So the temple itself is there to honour the scholars and the academics. So it'll be quite nice to see it. This is Nathan's Vietnamese white coffee, and this is my, what was it? It was red tea cream cheese. Red tea cream cheese. I don't know whether I need to mix it. It looks like it needs mixing. Oh, it's got ice stuck to it. Well, the cream cheese is tasty. I'm hoping it's like red velvet. It's a bit like, it's like tea but sour. It's nice. Oh, lost. Would have been better if it was a little loose. Vietnamese roads genuinely give me anxiety. I don't know how anyone drives them. It's scary. What is going on? There's a lot of people here that are in like shorts, vests, etc. But there are signs outside, and the website does ask that you don't. So like, I've got my sarong on, but yeah. 140,000, so 70,000 each. But I'm saying there's a sign up here that says disability is 35,000. Nathan should have gone for that. He didn't. He's a good egg, but like, always loves to pay full price. This is beautiful, guys. Beautiful. So many turtles because they symbolise wisdom and longevity. So all throughout, there's lots of turtles. As you can see. Lots of turtles. Speaking of old. What are the dragons again? It's like courage. No, we like dragons. This is interesting because it's telling you about the different exams, and there was like 4 stages of the examination, and you got ranked, like, you had to go from wherever you lived, do your exams. If you pass that, then you go to like the Hoi An and do more. And then only 1,302 people actually passed, which is so funny because I feel like everybody at home's got to go now. Everyone, we were just saying this, everyone's got masters. You have to get a PhD just to stand out. You know. Can we stop Nathan being mean, please? Because he's telling me that this is not me, and it is. It says intelligent, graceful, high attractiveness, cheerful, optimistic, likes, and good at communication. That's me. Stop being rude. Me. Where's yours? Which one's yours?
Can't believe we don't know.
1994, I know that. Dog.
Yeah.
Integrity, honest, straightforward, rich. Oh, I thought it was rich, not rich and righteousness. I was going to say rich, but definitely not. Responsible and dedicated to work. He ain't worked in like 10 months. Dedicated to work. Does that sound like you?
Yeah.
Rich. Absolutely not. You know what? I actually learnt a lot there because, I mean, we were told a little bit yesterday on our walk. We were also told a little bit in the puppet show about, you know, the scholars and the importance of education in Vietnam. But I think that was a really worthwhile visit. It was, what, 70,000 each to get in?
Yeah.
70,000 each for a ticket, and then we got a souvenir. So I'd actually seen online that they do these, but I didn't think they did it here. Was the calligraphy, I can never say that word, the calligraphy like scrolls, and I do think they're gorgeous, and I really wanted one. So it was 100k beautiful. Ours means love and affection. I made Nathan pick, but I think he wanted wealth. But you've got to think about what's important. So I was like, what is important? And love or money. So we've gone for both. Because he fears we'd break up if not. Nathan does this like portrayal on the vlog that he was this big grumpy, hates love, unromantic. But we all know he's a bit of a simp.
It's not what that means.
What do you mean?
The phrase being a simp isn't what that means.
What does it mean then? Tell the people.
Oh no, that's what Google's for.
We decided to come to Beer Street after we had our dinner, and Nathan told us that. So last night we headed to Beer Street and we just went for one, but we ended up getting chatting with a lot of other British people who were there, and obviously one never stays one. And to be fair, we were back for like 1 a.m. But we did have to be up for 6 to then get on a bus for like 7:30. We have on said bus now, we've made it, we're alive. But yeah, not my finest moment. Although one I'm sure we'll remember when we're finished travelling. We don't really, like, we love a glass of wine, but we don't really go out. So it was something a bit different for us. And originally we had only planned to go for like one drink. It was a good night, we enjoyed it. We just chatted for hours and hours. You just get talking with people, it's so good. But we are on this bus, which is quite fancy. Sailor with, this is, yeah, you got a little telly, not I don't know if it does anything. Water, little like water holder, USB, and then reclining seats. So feeling a bit posh. Walking up. Look, this is how it's sailed.
Okay, let's talk about the core first. It has a big shell and give the big bird.
How many people do you think will buy pearls? How many people do you think will buy some today? How come we're like the only people who didn't realise we were coming? Yeah, I think both of us were pretty confused because I was just fast asleep and then felt the bus come to a stop. I was like, oh, we must be here because it's been 3 hours. And then we turned up and all of a sudden this lady's like, come see our pearls. So I was like, whoa. It's pretty cool to see the pearls in action. But we're backpacking. I want a pearl necklace actually, but I don't quite have pearl necklace money right now. Maybe when we get a job there. But yeah, that's pretty cute. It's like the Tiffany of pearls. And we all know I love the Tiffany. Just arrived, checked in, now we're in like a little, I guess like waiting room. Free agua, little waiting. And then I think you can buy drinks and snacks over there. We're on the boat. It was alright for you. They level, so no issue. So be in. There's a boat with a slide and I'm kind of hoping it's our boat, but I don't really think it is because I think it's a bit of a overcrowd. Well, who knows, they might have slides too. So we've actually just arrived. I'm probably looking a little bit worse for wear, but we've come straight for lunch and it's very, very nice to be seen. And they were also great with Nathan. Had them the stairs. Show you his strolls. But yeah, very, very nice. Obviously everyone's just getting set down now. But lunch is a little bit here. Our first activity is we're going to explore a cave. So you've got the option of either kayaking or bamboo rafting. Obviously we're going bamboo because every time me and Nathan kayak, we argue. Sometime, like at some point we want to do it where we have a nice leisurely just kayak around a lake. But I think every time we have to get somewhere by some point, we argue. And it's not pretty for anyone. Safer for all on the cruise that we bamboo raft. I'm not sure orange is my colour. Just got back from our little like rowing things. One of the villagers actually rows the boat for you. The little harbour all the way to the cave. It's not a very long journey. It's more entertaining by the fact that they try and entertain you as you go. There was quite a few people who did kayak and I think they got to see more. So there's a few like little caves that they went into, but to be fair, it was just a little, I think it's just like a little activity to pass the time, so you're not just sat on the boat. It's a lovely lake. They're doing swimming now, but you want to really get 30 minutes, and the water looks cold. It's not that hot outside. I think it would be if you're kayaking, but it's not that hot for us really. But there is a jacuzzi, so I might go check that out. So I do feel like we might have accidentally joined a women's like empowerment retreat. I'm not mad about it. There's a lot of group, well, I say a lot of group tours. There's like 2 main group tours. One's French and one is a lot of older ladies. Very much have welcomed us into their little group, but it's just quite funny. There's me and Nathan and then another couple, and that's about it. Everybody else is a bit older, but it's a lovely cruise. And we're off to happy hour now. Buy 2, get 1 free. Wish it was buy 1, get 1 free, but you know. Then we got a cooking class. Then we got dinner. And it's bedtime. Ready for Tai Chi at 6 a.m. in the morning. The weather is pretty rubbish, as you can see. So we did forego the there's like an excursion to go to a local village, but it was cycling, which obviously Nathan can't do anyway, but they did have an accessible option, which was like you go in an electric car. We were like, it's just, I mean, it was full on thunderstorm this morning. We were like, yeah, we'll just stay on the boat. We've got a few hours just to chill, and you know what, that's kind of what we needed. So that's been really nice. Last night was quite fun, so we had about a 7-course meal, which when you've been living on street food's incredible, the food's been amazing. But going from street food to like 7 courses, I was like, I don't know where I'm going to put everything. I ate everything, but it was really nice. When they served the second starter, so there was like 3 starters. When they served the second starter, which was like shrimp and cheese, they did like a full parade round, which was, as I say, it was really cool to see. There's a 2-for-1 cocktail, well no. We went upstairs and they had buy 2 cocktails, get 1 free, but what I hadn't realised was that it didn't have to be the same drinks. I was ordering like 2 glasses of wine to get a 3rd glass of wine. Nathan was getting beer, which isn't included, when actually we could have just both got different cocktails, got a 3rd cocktail. But we had a good time. I had some friends on the board, got chatting with everybody, and there was meant to be, oh, there's lightning again. There's more lightning. And then we did squid fishing. Squid fishing is not for me. I'm impatient. So everybody else is enjoying it, having a lovely time, just stood with their rods. Not for me at all. I was like, guys, when does it happen? When do the squids get on the rod? Because I'm a doer. I'm a get up and do something. I'm not a, just be patient. Massages even, I love a massage. Obviously I do quite a lot of sports, so I get achy, but when I'm in the massage my brain's constantly racing, so fishing's not for me. But the guys had a good time and I was busy chatting. And this morning we've had brunch, so not like the most active cruise, but definitely needed, definitely very nice. And when it's not absolutely pouring, I mean even when it is pouring down, the scene is lovely. I've had a few baths just looking out to see everything, which yeah, has been absolutely gorgeous. I don't know what else I'm gonna do really, maybe just have a meander on the boat. Most people have got off the boat now. I think like the 90% of people are on the 1-day trip, whereas we're on obviously 2. There's another group who are from Australia that we were chatting with yesterday. They are on, but they also didn't get off. Rain just hasn't stopped, but I do feel bad because I feel a bit like we're in the way on the boat, but like none of the staff have made us feel that way, but you just feel like you are because they're trying to clean. So we've come back to the room. I've got some more journaling to do, got some reading. I just sometimes don't know what to do with myself when we're not doing something, which I think will be hard when we get home. Because what do you mean I can't just like go hike? I mean I probably could go hike a mountain. I could hike a mountain. There's mountains in the UK. Maybe as well do. Need a car first. Just a lot of chilling now. This is probably not the most exciting content, but sometimes it's a sea day, as they would say on a cruise. Lunch at 12, so they're just setting up for that now. And then, even though me and Nathan have already eaten, I've had like 3 meals already. Then we've got a spa book this afternoon. And then we have like all the same like dinner and stuff again tonight, which will be pretty good. Not gonna lie, doing nothing is exhausting. I've genuinely just fallen asleep for the last 2 hours, but now we've got a massage. So I can't complain I've not relaxed at all. But yeah, fully asleep for 2 hours.
This little surprise. We like dog.
Finally getting my herbal bath, and I've booked a little massage as well. Self-care and all that. I'm up for Tai Chi. It's pretty early, but it's peaceful and it looks nice. I've never done Tai Chi before. Can you believe that our trip is done already? Like, it feels like we've literally just stepped onto the board, but they're asking us to check out now. Kind of cruising along as we go. Yeah, so we'll be heading off about 10:30. It's now brunch time. We probably ate like an hour and a half ago. Then, so got up this morning super early for Tai Chi, which was quite a vibe actually. It started off, there was like 3 of us, and then all of a sudden practically everyone from the boat arrived. I will admit that I had no idea what was going on. It was right at the end, I was like, oh, it's actually a little bit like sun salutations from yoga, whereas I think if you'd looked out from the boat, as in if you were looking onto the boat and you saw everybody doing it, it just looked like organised chaos. Nobody had a clue what they were doing. The instructor looked amazing. I'm pretty sure it was the captain of the boat, because he was wearing like a captain shirt, but he had a whale of a time. It's a nice little way to wake up. The only thing is, I've had my breakfast, or light breakfast as they put it, and then I had a bath and fell completely asleep, and I don't know how I'm still tired, because we were so relaxed yesterday. They made a massage. I actually had 2 massages because they did like foot rubs on the night as well, so I don't know how I'm tired, but I am. We now need to go pay our bill, which we're not sure how much it's going to be. We did indulge in happy hour, and yeah, massages. So you can do it pretty cheaply. You can come on, like, you pay your bill. You can do it pretty cheap as long as you don't drink alcohol. But obviously you're having fun. We've made friends. And the alcohol is not typical Vietnam prices. Not horrific, but it's not typical prices. Good though. Cocktails were amazing. We have arrived back in Hanoi and we're going straight out. No, I was going to say straight out of Hanoi. We're back in Hanoi and we're going straight out for dinner at Don Duck, which isn't very local, but we've heard really good things. So, and we'll have to meet a friend as well, so that's exciting. Because I'm going to get the wrong angle. It's actually not zoomed in right. Oh, I'm leaving. Oh god, that's not good. It's actually our last night in Hanoi tonight, but technically we've got all day tomorrow, although we will need to go to the airport at some point, even though our flight's a bit later. So we haven't done Train Street yet. We haven't done like the Note Coffee yet. I know they're very touristy, but I feel like while you're here, you want to do them. So we're going to try and do those at some point today. I mean, we were kind of driving through Hanoi last night. We were like, there's so much that we haven't seen because we've spent so much time in the old quarter, which, I mean, it's obviously like the main bit to it, but there's so much more to see that you can just wander for hours and hours. We actually went to Don Duck and met one of my friends, and that was absolutely incredible. Food was so good. Not badly priced. Obviously a little bit more expensive than most places we've eaten, but definitely not too bad, especially for Duck. It was like £25 for the 2 of us, with drinks, with the dessert, with everything. Really nice meal, but that was really nice. But that just showed us like a different part again that we haven't been to, so there's probably going to be a lot of wandering today. We haven't really got an itinerary to share with you, but first we're going to go get breakfast, and then we're kind of staying like 40 minutes out of town. We're quite far out, so we need to figure out how we're going to get there. We did see a train. I don't know if the train will go to the old town, so we need to kind of figure it out, or get a taxi, although yesterday we got stuck in traffic and it took forever. So funny, because Hanoi traffic is insane, but like there is a system to it. The amount of times we cross over with no bother at all, but like when you actually watch it and scroll across, it looks insane. You've just got to keep your head up and walk, do with confidence, fake till you make it. Shoulda, woulda, coulda. It worked!
Actors in Vietnam and also like all sorts of things. Wow! Also the first.
I know.
I'm a changed woman with a savoury breakfast. Got pho and eggs. And obviously a watermelon. Look at me go. I'm going to keep this very short and sweet as we have literally 2 minutes to check out, as of course I didn't park last night as I intended to. Thank you so much for watching. We are actually leaving Hanoi in the next few hours. We are flying over to Hue, but I figured we should try and keep this video not too long, and there's so much that we're doing in Vietnam, so we'll keep this to like North Vietnam. We've obviously done Hanoi and Ha Long Bay, which is absolutely amazing, definitely a highlight of our trip, and we've loved Hanoi no matter how crazy it is. Very much kind of what we expected from what people had said in terms of how loud it is, but also every part of the city is so different from each other, so we very much recommend that you just get out and wander and see for yourself. But absolutely incredible. Thank you again for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Keep an eye for the next one, as we will be in Hue and Hoi An, and I will see you there. Make sure to like, comment and subscribe as always. Thank you. Bye.